Hello, and welcome into my reselling channel, Flippin' Hippos. I'm Star. It's the first Saturday of the month, so we're taking a look at the eBay Monthly Seller Scoop. The eBay Monthly Seller Scoop is sent to the eBay Seller Circle community leaders the first Tuesday of every month. To say it a little less wordy, I run the local chapter of the eBay seller group here, and I get this seller scoop sent to me every Tuesday to share with my group here in Pittsburgh and to share online with all of you as well. If you live in the Pittsburgh area or you're close by, feel free to check out my seller circle group. I have the link in the description box. If you don't live near here, look for one in your local area. You can connect with other sellers and learn and have fun. eBay Seller Circles is a really great way to connect with sellers in your community and keep in touch and do events without having to travel and go to the larger events and spend a ton of money, and you can see each other more often. I also do a virtual event once a month, the third Thursday. So everybody's welcome to come, even if you don't live around here. Sellerevents.ebay.com. Go check it out. Look for one in your area. And we're going to just jump right on into the seller scoop that they sent me for May. What's new? Smarter size matching helps your listings reach the right buyers with more accurate, consistent size info. Keep your sizing clear and detailed to improve visibility and conversion. In case you missed it, better visual search helps your listings show up more often as relevant alternatives. Use clear images and strong pricing to capture that demand. Myth busting. This is my favorite part of the seller scoop every month. I love the myth busting. Trending items aren't the only things that sell. Buyers shop year-round based on need and timing. Focus on consistent listing and seasonal demand to unlock more opportunities. Well, I could have told you that 9 years ago. Trending items, seasonal items, obviously are going to sell, but they're not the only things that sell. And we'll get into that further down in the scoop. We have some upcoming events. eBay Open is going on the road. Chicago will be June 25th. If you live near Chicago, you can go there into the eBay Open. I think they're one-day events this year. Don't miss your chance to connect, learn, and grow. Time-saving tip. Automated offers send discounts for you, saving time and capturing buyer interest instantly. Turn it on to convert more watchers with less effort. And then they have a seller cheers and high five section where they celebrate a seller. So here's the introduction. The latest buzz and highlights from April made for you. The little note from Valerie for us. And then the what's new section. By the way, I kind of just go through these and highlight what's important, and I kind of do like an editorial opinion on them, if you will. If you actually ever want a copy of this for yourself to read verbatim and look at later, I would have to email it to you. I'd have to forward it from my email. So, because I don't have like a link to it. They just email it to me and I can download it to my computer. If you're interested, you can leave your email in the comment section below and I will email you a copy. If you don't want to leave your email in a public forum in the comment section, the hippohutteam@gmail.com or message me on Instagram and I can get you a copy. What's new? The enhanced size experience. Smarter size matching across regions, brands, and formats. Improved size extraction from titles, descriptions, and item specifics. New intent detection model for I'm sorry that I'm reading so badly today. There's a new intent detection model that understands buyer size preferences more accurately and more precise size conversions to region, gender, and brand specific. Now that's really cool because you know UK has different sizes than the US, right? Why you should care. Your listings are more likely to show up for the right buyers. Better size accuracy equals higher conversion and fewer missed sales. increased buyer trust when size info is clear and consistent, reduced confusion from mismatched or irrelevant size results. How to apply it to your business? Include clear, consistent size info in titles and descriptions. Specify region, gender, and brand whenever possible. And double check sizing details for accuracy to improve visibility in search. So that's easy. We should all be doing that anyway. They wanted us to start adding our regions a couple months ago. We should be putting size in the title and the description. So do that, and hopefully this new conversion will help us all see more sales. In case you missed it, visually similar search. So the overview of this section is that significantly improved relevance when showing visually similar items. Sold filter now prominently featured within visual search. Why we should care. Buyers can more easily find listings like yours even if the first item isn't quite right. Higher relevance means better chances your listing shows up as alternatives. And the sold filter visibly helps reinforce pricing confidence and demand. It doesn't look too much different, but it's different. It's definitely better. How will you apply this to your business? You're going to use high quality, clear images that accurately represent your item. Showcase key details, color, pattern, fit to improve visual matching. List popular styles and in-demand items to increase chances of appearing in similar results. And keep pricing competitive to benefit from increased visibility via the sold filter. What it boils down to is that this is a visual search. So you want to have really good photos. And this is, again, something else you should have already been doing all along. You should be taking really good, clear photos that show your item. I was once told when I was first starting out as a reseller to take all your pictures as if there's no description that exists, like your buyer is only going to base their decision on your pictures. And then write your description as if no photos exist, so that both of those, the visual and the written, are describing your item as best as possible. Now we're getting to the myth busted. Something I've been saying for 9 years. New insights from the 2026 Marketing Trends Calendar highlight when items sell, not just what sells. Seasonal demand patterns show that products move year-round based on buyer needs. Why do we care? Relying only on trending items can limit your sales opportunities. Buyers are always shopping. Demand shifts with timing, not just trends. And understanding timing helps you list smarter and stay competitive year-round. So here's how you apply it to your business. Plan listings around seasonal demand, not just trends. And I do have a small side note there, a little teachable moment. When you plan your listings around seasonal demands, pay attention to stores. Don't wait until June to start listing your swimsuits. When are Target and Walmart putting swimsuits out? Usually in April or March, right? They put them out pretty early. Pay attention to when the big box stores are putting out the holiday items and the seasonal items, and that's when you want to start thinking that way as well. Use past sales moments to guide when to list or promote items. So as you gain experience and you resell for a longer period of time, you do start to know patterns within your own business and your own store. I can tell you what time of year I sold jewelry, mostly around Christmas and, a couple months before Mother's Day. I noticed an increase in spring and Easter type plush starting around February. I usually see Valentine's Day sales in January. So you kind of know after time and experience, and then you want to get those items listed like a month or two. So if you know that every fourth quarter you sell a lot of jewelry, you want to start listing it in the summer. So it's in there. Keep a steady flow of inventory, not just what's trending now, and then reference the Marketing Trends Calendar to time listings and campaigns more effectively. And I believe this is a link that I can actually put in the chat for you, or the description box. Sorry, we don't have a chat. This is a really cool calendar. They sent it to us last month, and I shared it with you, but I'll share it again. because this is something you really probably should look at and read and take to heart and apply to your business. So I'll put the link down there. The eBay Open on the Road Chicago is coming up. So get registered if you plan on going to the Chicago one, which is in June. Did I already say that? And then here's a good time saver tip. Before making an offer, be sure to take your margins into account, including any eBay fees, advertising fees, other costs such as postage. If your interested buyer found your listings because you promoted it through eBay advertising, then those advertising fees may still apply, depending on how long it's been since they found that listing. So that's a tip about offers. Before you send the first offer or even turn the automated offers on, you need to make sure your margin for profit is going to be something that you're okay with. And again, this is something we all should have been doing all along. You should never willy-nilly send an offer unless you've already figured out, these are my fees, this is what I paid for it, this is what shipping is going to be, this is the cost of my box or my paper or my products that I'm using to ship it. And then if you promote, you want to figure that in as well. You should already be doing that. I would say you should already have automated offers turned on as well. And if you don't, you should. Not just for eBay. I use List Perfectly, but there are other tools out there that will automatically send offers for you on your behalf on Poshmark. You can set up automated offers on Depop and Mercari to future buyers, and you can do it on eBay. It's super important to strike when the iron is hot. I cannot stress how important that is. If I'm interested in a pair of jeans that you have, and I'm looking at them and I like them, but I'm kind of on the fence. Maybe I want to see if somebody else has them for a better price. And 3 days from now, you send me an offer. I may take it. I don't know. It's been 3 days. But if 10 minutes after I've looked at those jeans, you send me an offer, oh man, I was just looking at those. I was interested, and now you're offering me money off? Yeah, I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm going to buy them. You always want the offers to go out almost immediately of when buyers were looking at something. And the way to do that is to set up the automated offers. eBay, Depop, Etsy, and Mercari all have the ability for you to set it up for yourself. If you don't know how, let me know what platform you don't know how to do that on, and I will do a tutorial video in the next coming weeks for you to show you how to do that. Poshmark would require a third-party tool. Of course, I'm going to recommend List Perfectly. 30% off your first month with code flippinhippos. But you should be doing the automatic offers. Let me get a drink of water. Right, huh? Automated offers automatically send the same discount to new watchers or interested buyers. You can set a start and end date up to 150 days and manage any time in the Seller Hub. Full control remains. You can opt out or opt in at any time. Why we should care as sellers. This saves time by removing the need to manually send repeat offers. Helps you respond instantly to buyer interest, increasing chances of conversion, which is what I just talked about. More opportunities to convert watchers into buyers without extra effort. Who doesn't want to make more sales and more money without extra effort, right? Here's how to apply it to your business. Turn on automated offers for high volume or frequently watched listings. Set competitive, thoughtful discounts you're comfortable repeating. Use duration settings to align with sales cycles or inventory goals. And check Seller Hub regularly to monitor performance and adjust as needed. Seller cheers and high fives. This month, we're talking about Kathy Terrell's New York Seller Circle, who came together on April 7th for a high-energy in-person meeting that really showcased what these events can be. The day kicked off with Vindu's CMO sharing practical trends and cross-listing strategies, giving sellers immediate ideas to grow their business. And then from there, it tells you more about their meeting. So let me reiterate again how important community is. I highly recommend finding a seller circle in your area and going to the events, going to the bigger events and traveling if that's what you want to do. but meeting in your local area is a little bit easier, a little more convenient. And, you know, even if you're not a social person, join some Facebook groups, go on Instagram and start getting involved in the reselling community there. The Instagram reselling community, I love. Everybody there is kind. They're willing to share their information. They're always teaching. We're always learning. Everybody in that community is always sharing information and keeping each other up to date and engaging and having fun. I have to say the Instagram reseller community is great. The one on TikTok is really good too, but it's still smaller and it's still growing. There's Facebook groups I mentioned. You can go to virtual events, but it's just super important that in some way you get involved with the community and interact with other resellers, not just for education, which is like the number one most important reason. I have never talked to another reseller or been in a room full of other resellers and not walked away having learned something new. Every time. Every time. I have a live show every week. I learn something new every week from my guests. We always learn from each other. So that's important. But the other importance of the community is the fact that we work from home. We work alone. This can be a very isolating and lonely job. I know that a lot of you still struggle to find your work-life balance and those boundaries that I'm always talking about. And so you're working a lot. And this gives you some way to have some human connection and some friendships. I have formed some really good friendships. Get friendship, human connection, remind you that, you know, you need connection with other people. So I just think community is so important. Keeps you from being lonely. It keeps you connected to what's going on. It's easy for some of us sometimes to miss updates from platforms about big changes coming. If you're part of a community, you'll hear about it from somebody. So I highly recommend getting involved in the community some way, somehow. If you would like to come to my virtual events, go to sellerevents.ebay.com and find the Mid-Atlantic online sellers. I think I have a direct link down below. And I have a Facebook group. I am on Instagram and TikTok. I'm more than willing to interact with folks over there. Join something. All right. I'm going to put the link to that calendar. What did they call it? The marketing trends calendar. I actually looked over it last month and I really like it. It's so cool. Do yourself a favor and look at it. Again, if you want a copy of the Seller Scoop, get a hold of me somehow so I can get your email and I'll forward it to you. No problem. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns about anything you saw in this Seller Scoop or that I talked about, or reselling in general, anything, let me know. I do answer everybody, always. And I'm very responsive to requests. If you ever want to see a tutorial or anything in a video, I'm very responsive to that. So hit the like button and the subscribe button before you head out. Help me feed some hungry hippos. Have a wonderful weekend. I said it yesterday, but I'm going to say it again because it's super important. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Have a wonderful weekend, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.